Caribbean Insight, the oldest West Indian TV program alive on the planet today. 30 years and still #1 in the USA for value, consciousness, history and trending events. CITV with Lady V.
I was born right here in Mayaro and we're growing up right here in Mayaro. Then I started singing Calypso in 1965 because I used to admire Kitchener. Lord Kitchener was in England then. And then after Sparrow started singing Calypso, and I used to admire them, and I got inspiration from them. Yeah, and so I started singing Calypso, trying to compose and whatnot and whatnot. 1968, my name was the Mighty Ocean. I give myself that name. But Sparrow, when I met Sparrow at Mayaro and I went into Port of Spain, Sparrow tells me, you can't name that. He says, your name's supposed to be Zandolie. So I hold on to the name, and from then to now, well, I will tell you that I was singing about a dictator in Venezuela. So I had a story to it. A dictator that liked plenty women and things like that, you know? So he will execute a man if he only touch a, you understand? Oh, well, you see, the engine room at Maraval, the guy who is the manager of the engine room, which name is Robin Foster, he married to my niece. And they came Mayaro one day in June and persuaded me to come out and sing. It was Sparrow who really found me, because he used to visit Mayaro sometimes, and I met him here. And I told him that I have a Calypso. I sang it for him, and he told me to come down. I went down to Pity Valley at his residence, and then he had loved the Calypso. So then he decided to record me immediately, even before I sang in the Calypso tent. And then after that, well, I came to the tent, and I was very successful. I always rehearse in my mind, you know. So when I met the band, it wasn't hard. And when I went on stage, it was just like if it was yesterday morning I started to sing, you know. No, well, you see, I will know the feelings of when I sing it. I must know when my voice is at a good pitch from when it is at a lower pitch, you know what I mean? See, and the crowd encouraged me too. Because from the time I started to sing and the crowd was with me, so that clear up the voice, help to clear up the voice, you understand? That's my imagination. He said that 2 women police came searching for some iron 5 o'clock in the morning, and they met the iron exposed. And that year was very successful, because I broke down the tent every night. So I used to enter competitions here in Mayaro. Sometimes I came first and second and things like that, you know. And I just keep trying, and then when I had the Iron Man, and I went into Port of Spain, and Sparrow recorded me immediately, and then from then after the Iron Man, the next year, I had the Stickman, which was more powerful than Iron. Well, imagination again, you see, it's a smart, and then I decided to polish it, playing stick with a woman, you know, and things like that. I imagined that. I just imagined that. But was no practical experience or anything like that. But there is a Calypso, which, not through my experience, which is Too Much Man Family, 67. It was not any practical experience, but just to know what goes on in the community. It was observation, but it didn't happen to me. I could tell you that, but from my observation, I just sing the Calypso, compose that Calypso, and like if it happened to me. In most of those Calypsos, every verse is a different chorus. You see, I change the chorus. So not until I make the first chorus, then I arrive at the verse, the next verse. And then from the next verse, I draft that chorus. You see, and that's the way I construct a Calypso. That was the Merchant of Venice. Yeah, I composed that, and that composition came through the the story in I think it was the 5th standard book. You ever read the story of the Merchant of Venice?
Portia and the Pound of Flesh.
Yes, a pound of flesh, yes. Well, I go lend a man, any among the CYPHER, but not a woman. I rather to see them starve. They do like to pay in no kind of way. And if you take them in from the magistrate, he dismiss the case for a date. So no woman can take me money without security, unless you bring a little dog or a fat little cat or some kind of property. I am the merchant of Venice. Lending money on interest is my business. So if you want my money, it's a pound of your flesh for security. It's a natural voice. No training, no special training. I can play a little guitar, 1 or 2 chords or so, but, not really, say, professionally or anything like that. I think of it just natural thinking, you see. And then when I make a tune, and a guitar man or any guitar man will find me, or any musician for that matter, yeah. I went for a horse to ride, and the stable master was giving me trouble. When I ended up riding the stable master, fella called Ignatius Gall. That was his name. That was the last Calypso I recorded, and I recorded that with Butch Minis. He was doing the recording for Sparrow. We recorded that with Sparrow, and then after I left for the US. But I never recorded anything after that. Well, I really ain't come up. It's just that I just not singing anymore. I ain't really leave the Calypso scene, but I just not singing, and that's all about it. Since Sparrow don't have any tent anymore, I can't get any fun to go back in the Calypso tent, because I used to sing with Sparrow specifically, and since I come back here, if I intend to sing at all, I will sing with Sparrow. But since Sparrow don't have any tent, well, that keep me back from singing. Maybe I might have gone back on the stage a long time now. Some Calypsonians make a Calypso, and people like it, and it lasts for about 9 months or a year, and then they forget all about that. But it take, in my case, you see, like a Calypso like Man Family, up to today, people sings it, and I was hearing you later on the yes, and the whole audience was singing it. So that is a Calypso that if I happen to be on a stage at any time and sing that, you must find someone in the audience suffering with the same complaint. Everybody inside there is big people. And the horn I was getting, I couldn't take it anymore. So I had to say something about it. The young Calypsonians now, they can't compose, first of all, and they can't find words and lyrics, powerful words and lyrics, lyrics to... So there you find the young Calypsonians now, not like long time. Like fellas like Blakie and CYPHER and Sparrow and these fellas and them. They could handle these kinds of things. When I think back, and I will say that I was one of the greatest that passed. The only way to be remembered is by I coming back out on stage and sing some calypsos, and I have some good ideas in mind. I think I'll be remembered. That I'm already remembered, but I could be remembered further if I come back out and sing. I think so, and I think that is what I have in mind right now. When I look at myself performing, I feel I perform the best in many years. Because these calypsos are very strong still. I may use 1 or 2 of them in the tent if I happen to sing in a calypso tent. I really can't see the future, They will congratulate me and thank me for coming out back of the hole for so many years, after 17 years.
Thank you for making Caribbean Insight your #1 stop for culture. Today we have over 10,000 subscribers. You have showed your interest in keeping Caribbean culture alive. We are offering you our t-shirt collections. Shirts that invoke thoughts and empowerment. They are collector's items and memorabilia For your participation, go to the link below and make your contribution to foster the value of our Caribbean cultural stories. Thank you for your support as we continue to develop.
I'm the Lord Kitchen.
This is Denise Saucy Belfon.
This is KMC.
My name is Barry Sam.
This is Marshall Montano.
And I hope you will do as I do. Keep listening to them.
Caribbean inside. Caribbean inside.
I'm Lady V, and I'll catch you at the next pit stop.